suppose there comes a time when you've got to initiate Operation Mr Olympia. Obviously the previous weeks have all been stemming towards this point. There needs to be a time when you literally say this is the beginning, and I suppose today is going to mark the beginning of our documented prep for the Olympia. So here going forward is all guns blazing to the O. Yeah, it's official. Let's just say that it's official now. So we're in the gym. We're gonna do some shoulders today, and man, it's like just got to make this shit real, haven't we? It's I think it's got probably what we've got, like 8, maybe not even quite 8 months left. So it sounds like forever, but in the world of bodybuilding, it's not. We can do as much as we can do in the time between now and then, and we're just going to document everything. So this is officially now, I suppose, the countdown to the Mr Olympia 2021. So stick with me. Let's transform. Let's work hard, and let's get there together. And then let's celebrate whatever comes at the end of it. And basically, whatever happens, you're coming along for the ride, and I respect that and I appreciate that, and just want to say thank you. So it's time to start putting on some timber and doing the job.
So what's up first?
So we're going to hit some laterals. Louis is just doing some warm-ups now. So we've got, it's a shoulder day, so we're going to do some dumbbell laterals. We're going to follow up with some pressing on the prime. We're going to do some other laterals, cable guided. Then we're going to do some dumbbell pressing. Then some sort of front raise, and then some sort of rear delt movement, followed by one tricep exercise. So that's the standard format of today. Training is going to change in the coming weeks again. Patrick's going to start throwing in some more, let's say, metabolic work. Going to be a bit more calorie, calorie requirement. It's going to burn through more, so it's going to help with appetite and stuff. I've reached a bit of a peak now with appetite. Struggling to kind of fit in the 7 meals a day. It's been quite tough, but we've held on. We've managed to get it done, and we've got to this point on limited expenditure, still able to eat the amount of food that we needed to. So once the expenditure goes up a little bit more, I think we'll be able to crank up the calories even a touch more, and that should actually allow us to change our composition for the better more, because I have softened out a little bit. It's off season, of course. I don't have to be in shape right now, but I'm looking forward to hardening up and looking a little bit more impressive. So we'll see. We're getting stronger though. That's the main thing right now. So it's one straight set, one rest pause with partials on this today. So it should be quite good.
So what's this? Is this the end of this training block then? No?
This training block's literally coming to an end, I believe. I think literally from the end of this week, once we finish with our last arm day on this, the block will change. So I have no idea what it's going to look like, but I think it's going to be, the workouts will be very dense. The way that Patrick likes the word is density of the workout. So obviously the more that you do within the same set time period, the more condensed the workout is. So instead of adding more sets as such, there'll be more techniques involved. There will be. 5, 6, 7, 8, 8.
Keep going up in weight before the actual cut prep starts?
Man, we've got 8 months left. I've probably got 4 months still of bulking. I think we'll have to tidy things up soon, maybe tighten me up a little bit. But I don't think weight will go down. It'll go down maybe 4 or 5 pounds.
Where you at now?
Fluctuate in the morning between 299 and 302. So even if we go down to like 290, 295, by the time we increase calories again, or after the tidy up, whatever the hell we do, I can't see my weight dropping until probably a few weeks into the second phase of the diet. So literally like probably 6 months from now is when my weight will be lighter. Because in 4 months from now I'm going to be literally at the beginning of the diet when I'm at my heaviest. So So I really don't know. I'm not like, there's no number, like we're not like, it's not like we need to get you to 315 pounds or anything. But with muscle comes weight. So we'll see, because I want more muscle, so. Bet 1, 6 to 8 repetitions. Set 2, 8 to 10 reps, plus a 15-second rest pause. And then partial to the bomb as well. So it's actually the same as what we did on the last movement.
Feedback on the latest video.
Making me blush, everyone.
Making him blush.
Making me blush.
Making him feel
Honestly,
special.
it's made my day. Sorry, then.
Get back to work.
Making him feel bare special. Gonna start his own YouTube now.
I know. Yep. A few left. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Come on. 8. And again. Push it. Let's go. Come on. Get it up. Yes. Drive. Set, bro.
It's all good. It was hard set. The intensity was there. Felt like cardio though. It's not bad on the prime press. 5 plates aside. 11 reps. I'll take that. I'll take it, lad. Good. Yes. Good. 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 Strong, come on. Good. Fucking hell, bruv.
How many of them did you touch? I thought you inspired me, I can't win you.
This song always gets me. This particular song gets to me a bit because it's obviously about a man and his mum. But I like it. I like that. That's the point of living. Like, feel things, be things, you know? Can't be flatlining. Can't be going through life without understanding your inner feelings. Not even understanding them, but feeling them. Like, I get under some weights now and there's a song that's triggered me in a way which is great and I love it. And I'd encourage anyone to like allow for themselves to feel the emotions, go through the emotions, you know. I have friends very close to me right now that have been in similar situations, and as hard as they are, they're going to shape you tomorrow because you're going to find energy in certain things, and songs like this are just very good for that. I like to cry. I cry a lot. I'm going to admit now, I cry a lot, but I let myself cry because I know that that's like, it's natural. Let yourself breathe and be. Don't hold things in. Don't like get heavy. Don't let your shoulders get tight. Cry when you need to cry. Laugh when you need to laugh. I pride myself on laughing as much as I can with my friends like Louis, to the point where it hurts my chest. But I also encourage to cry as much that you run out of tears, because then you're really going to experience a real living, you know. Got to go to your grave at the end of this knowing that you felt everything. And yeah, sick, love it. Let's fuck this up.
Let's work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Keep it moving. Come on. Push it. Come on. Couple more. And again. Nice. Well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 9, 8.
Oh, just get my arms in.
7, 6, 5.
Arse all the way back, people, no
4,
cheating.
3, 2.
Main chest press.
Let's go. Come on. Drive. Get him up. Come on.
Oh, yeah. Fuck. That's good. When you keep your arms in there like on leg extension, it's just that tension. It's worth doing that. Like when you're doing rest pulls, put yourself at a bit of a disadvantage. Stay in that position where the muscle's still under load. It'll be a lot harder. It's good though. That's why, like, if you see us do leg extensions and we're doing rest pulls, we don't get out of the leg extension. We let the stress remain And now it's the same there. I was like that. This was still under load. Love it. People doing this, I'm going to tell you off now. I feel like I've got enough authority. Hips here. Don't want to see this going on. Do you know how many people do this, Nick?
They're turning the shoulder press into the incline press.
Of course you're going to lift more, but it's about lifting properly. So if you're one of them and you know it and you're guilty, zip it, don't say shit, just change your form. Good. Yes. Good. Yes. Strong. Strong. Keep going. Again. Yes, and again. Good. Strong. Good. Good. 15 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
Yep.
1. Right, let's go. Come on, it's gonna be hard now. Yeah, all good. Again. All you. One more. Here we go. Yeah, good.
That was bang on the delts, that.
So keeping it in there, it's like, ow.
That was ripping. Burning.
So we're gonna do 2 sets, I think. Oh no, actually, again, I've got to check. I've got to see what's going on. I know we've got cable lateral, but the technique I've got to check. So we're doing just 2 sets of 8 to 12, standard. So we'll have a side each, me and Louis, and then we'll work from there. I like this because you can hold, you can brace, so you can use just to keep the nice forward position. Do you know what I mean? That's just, and then you can really just, tiny bit light, but it's good for a little feeler. I'd rather choose a weight I can kind of get it and then not let it just drop immediately back down. Does that make sense? A bit more control.
You working yet? Or?
Yeah, I think we're going to work now. 2 sets of 12, 8 to 12. Just nice firm brace on there. Nice. Very good. So the question, might as well answer a little something on nutrition here. So I just asked Louis what's in his intra workout. So he might as well give you the answer.
25 gram plus a dextrin.
So you got like one that's got a few things in there, haven't you? You've got like a bit of taurine in there.
And leucine, is it?
Might have some leucine in there as well.
I should really know.
Yeah, so yeah, he's obviously got obviously he's sponsored with Jordan's company. Jordan's a good friend of mine. But we have a similar approach, obviously, during training. I have my coconut water and my grunt, which is my EAAs, and then my carbohydrates from the coconut water and some electrolytes. He's got an electrolyte formula with some carbohydrates in there as well. So I suppose, well, the point I was trying to get across is that during training, it's a good time to try and get in some hydration ingredients. Obviously, taurine, stuff like that as well is great for intra-training. So yeah, take advantage of the intra-training block I'm not saying you have to stuff yourself with 100 grams of carbs and 100 grams of protein or anything,
Yeah,
but
I wouldn't go crazy.
Nah.
I have found if I push it up too high, it does affect digestion and blood flow. And
where would you say the cut-off point is? About 25 grams.
for me, anything over 25, maybe push to 50 max. But with the protein for me, I find a bit. I currently don't have any EA or anything intra because I struggle with protein. But carb-wise, yeah, nothing over 50 for me. What about you? You're obviously a bit bigger than me, so
I'm pretty much the same. I don't think size dictates what the gut can handle.
Yeah.
Because I think a gut's a gut. I think all of us have pretty much the same size internals. So for me, it's like 25 to 30 grams of intra-workout carbs. Anything over that, I'd feel a bit blocked.
What about in terms of
EAA, I wouldn't really want to push it past. Content of EAA, 10 grams. So you probably got to have a few scoops of EAAs to get that. But yeah, 10 grams, I think, intra-workout. Obviously, you get about 5 grams of EAAs, I think, from a scoop of grunt. So a couple of scoops of that to 3 scoops tops seems to be about right.
I don't like to overdo it.
No. I think protein's not so important because you're going to have amino acids present from other food, but carbohydrates is something to top up glycogen. I think that's a little bit more, especially if you've got certain ingredients with the carbohydrates that are good for intra-training, because the carbohydrates help shuttle. So the taurine and stuff like that, drinking that alongside a carbohydrate powder will allow for them to get through the the gut, get into the body quick and absorb. So yeah, anyway, that's a little segment on that part. I feel the same with post-workout as well. I couldn't chuck 50 grams of protein down my neck after training. One scoop. So 24 grams of protein, 25 grams of protein. Yeah.
Otherwise, I struggle to eat the next meal. Yeah.
And I think you only need around 20 to 30 grams of protein to even get the protein synthesis to sort of like moderate and happen. So as long as you've got that 5 grams of leucine in the protein content, I think you're going to do all right. So. 2, 3, 4, 5, strong, 6, 7, 8, this is strong, 9, 10, good, 11, fucking hell, son. Got the 12, bro.
Fucking hell, boy.
Take it to that. How much was that? Who's on it, bro? Who's on the big teams?
Motivate me.
I got told I was breathing too heavy down my microphone today, yeah? Alright, I'm 300 plus pounds, guys. Come on, off season. You don't have to cuss me for this right now. If there's one time I'm allowed to have a bit of a derby, should be peak off season.
People say I breathe heavy, and I'm like, I'm only like 205 pounds.
But I had someone comment the other day about like waistline could be an Achilles heel for me. I know I haven't got the smallest waistline. I never have. I never will have. It's just one of those things. I'm not Mark Hector. But I do know this. Dorian didn't have the smallest waistline either. And when I diet, it's not as bad as this. So I will highlight this right now. This is off-season bloat. But that's how you get to 300 pounds when you're not. That's how you get to 300 pounds when you're genetically not meant to. Because I'm not meant to be heavy. So, there's some people out there that carry it well. I carry it okay, but yeah, it costs a little bit of bloat. But I don't mind. I quite like being this way. It's very Santa-esque. Never get my hands.
Yep.
Oops.
Come on. Let's go. Fucking wait till the fuck about. Yep, that's you. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep it moving, bruv. Come on. And again. Big push. Get it up. Beautiful. Nice set.
They moved the right, didn't they? What's that? I bloat, but I haven't got obliques. But I have noticed something's not. I will say this, there's something probably in my nutrition that causes me to bloat.
Yeah.
Because I've got like a gassy bloat all the time, which I even had on stage last year. Like at Spain, after I won, I noticed it when I'm like talking on the mic.
Yeah.
normally I'm empty and flat, so I've got to still look into my foods and see what's going on. Because something, whether there's some bacteria, could be
something stupid.
Because obviously, don't get me wrong, when I'm on stage and I'm really like concentrating and like flexing hard, it's cool. But then the minute you win and you let it like, it shouldn't like protrude, but it did. So that's something that I've got to like kind of look into as well. And I'm just being black and white with you, transparent. These are issues when you're trying to be the best at what you do. These are all problems that you've got to work around and you've got to rectify. So in order for me to be better than I am, I need to do something about what's going on. I noticed when I was with Phil Viz, he noticed it. He said, we've got this little bloke going on from just above my groin. And we managed to kind of somewhat sort it, but I think because I'm heavier this year, or last year, maybe it kind of came back a bit, so I just got to try and find that balance. It's real talk, isn't it? It's real talk. I don't think, you're really like fortunate because you haven't pushed your weight too far above what it should be. It hasn't fucking... Yeah, like your stomach's really good. It looks great. And this is the cost of, one of the costs of bodybuilding at such a like, an open level is that even Phil Heath, Ronnie Coleman, like, these are the best people on the planet, but even they lost their waistline.
Over time, yeah.
So you just got to be as careful as you can and just try and, I think in the lead up to a show, certainly more so than ever, from the minute you say there's a show coming, you've got to start vacuuming, you've got to start training your waist properly, bracing well, focusing on breathing. Like so literally from today, I've got to do the same. I'll start getting control of this shit.
It is hard in the off season.
Very.
For me, like I don't
food's
vacuum,
in
I don't vacuum in the off season.
Can't get it because the food's behind
So
it.
I wake up in the morning and I'm still full up.
Yeah.
So I can't be rocking up 3 sets of vacuum in the morning.
Yeah.
Not when I'm in the off season.
The problem with the off season when you're in this deep, you're never empty.
Yeah.
And a vacuum is something you've got to practice on an empty stomach. I do cardio in the morning, supposedly empty stomach. My stomach ain't empty. It ain't empty for shit.
Yeah.
So that's what happens though when you're eating around the clock. Like we're eating around the clock. Getting up at 2, 4 in the morning to put another meal in, that's going to take a while to digest. You get up to do cardio, you're still processing food. So really the cardio for us right now is more just about moving than the calorie burn.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, come on! 9, 10, and again, push it! Let's go!
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
This up. Nice. Let's go.
One more.
Again.
Yeah. We're going to do Arsenal rear fly. I'm just going to check the setup. I think it's just 4 sets. Let's go. So we've got 4 sets of 8 to 12. And then we've just got 1 isolation exercise on triceps, and that's it. So this is a little touch on triceps today, but we do have an arm day later in the week, basically. Yeah. This is just blood work, so we just do five rounds this at the end on tricep. So literally just fill them up. Then we'll train them on their own with biceps a few days time. Right, so we're going to go kind of summarise what's going on now because we were just discussing it. So this is basically the end of the push that I'm doing right now, where the calories are a certain amount, training frequency is relatively high, training volume is moderate. So what's going to be the next phase, from my understanding, is that it's going to be an increase in training density. So that means the sessions are going to have more within them. So what does that mean? That means that the current calories are going to be used up more. And what does that entail? That should entail, in common sense, an increase in quality of muscle density, composition, because you're going to be burning through more nutrients, but on the same calorie intake. So basically, yeah, we can recomp without having to pull food back. We may pull food back as well, but you could technically not pull food back and you're still going to burn more calories from the increase in training density. And then that will lead to, hopefully, what you'd consider, some people call, a tidy up. And then that leaves you in good stead to go forward again, if you have to increase calories again or whatnot, or just diet down off that point. So I think today is probably the softest I'll be now in the Olympia. Maybe I'll get there again at some peaks in between, depending on how much we can push food. But if I do get here again, I'll be heavier here, which then would be more muscle. And then when we do diet, it'll be again leaner muscle mass.
It'll be easier to preserve.
Yeah, exactly. So that's basically where we're at. And that'll probably do the same to me and Louis, because if food remains the same but training goes up, there can only be one thing that happens, and that's pretty much get better. As long as it's not too much volume, that it's burning you out. So I'll be interested to see how that has an effect on both of us, to be fair. I'm going to quickly just do some posing. You'll probably see this on the video anyway. Just send to Patrick because it's check-in day. But we'll be back next week. Maybe next week we'll see what's going on. We'll check the schedule, and I'll keep you posted in the meantime. Like I say, guys, comment below anything you want to say. You know that we get into the comments on the channel quite frequently and get back to you guys as much as we can. It's always interesting conversations we have on there. So anything you've got to ask, questions, or just want to chat in general, just post some stuff there. Throw the channel a sub if you can, please. Please share, please like, and like I say, subscribe. And keep yourself tuned for the next one. So from me, Chris and Louis and King's Gym, we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks again, guys.